When most people think of the ancient world, they picture the pyramids of Egypt, the philosophers of Greece, or the mighty legions of Rome. But what if I told you there were other, equally fascinating civilizations, kingdoms and cultures that shaped our world, yet remain almost completely unknown to most people today? In this video, we're diving into the mysteries of 4 ancient civilizations that have been overshadowed by their more famous neighbors: the Kingdom of Kush, the Olmecs, the civilization of Dilmun, and the Norte Chico culture. Their stories are filled with lost cities, forgotten gods, and innovations that changed the course of history. The Kingdom of Kush, Egypt's forgotten rival. Imagine the banks of the Nile, but not in Egypt instead. We're hundreds of miles to the south, in what is now Sudan. Here, over 3,000 years ago, rose the Kingdom of Kush. While most people have never heard of Kush, this civilization was once so powerful that its kings ruled as pharaohs over all of Egypt. Kush was a land of gold. Its mines were legendary, and Egyptian pharaohs coveted its riches. But Kush wasn't just a source of wealth. It was a cultural powerhouse. The Kushites built their own pyramids, smaller and steeper than Egypt's, but far more numerous. In fact, there are more pyramids in Sudan than in Egypt. One of the most fascinating chapters in Kushite history is the rise of the Black Pharaohs. Around 750 BC, Kushite kings conquered Egypt and established the 25th dynasty. For nearly a century, they ruled from the Nile Delta to the heart of Africa. Pharaoh Taharka, one of the most famous Kushite rulers, rebuilt temples, commissioned massive monuments, and defended his lands from Assyrian invaders. Kush was also a kingdom where women held real power. The title Kandake referred to the Queen Mother, and some Kandakes even led armies into battle. So why don't we hear more about Kush? After centuries of conflict and decline, the kingdom was eventually conquered by its neighbors. Its monuments were swallowed by the desert, and its story faded from memory, overshadowed by the grandeur of Egypt. The Olmecs, the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Now let's cross the Atlantic to the steamy jungles of what is now southern Mexico. Long before the Maya or the Aztecs, there was the Olmec civilization, often called the mother culture of Mesoamerica. The Olmecs are best known for their mysterious colossal heads-giant stone sculptures, some weighing over 40 tons, with faces carved in incredible detail. Who do these heads represent? We still don't know for sure. Maybe rulers, maybe warriors, maybe something else entirely. But the Olmecs were more than just stone carvers. They built the first great cities of the Americas like San Lorenzo and La Venta, complete with ceremonial centers, pyramids, and ball courts. They invented the first writing system and calendar in the region. Even the famous Mesoamerican ball game, played with a rubber ball in stone courts, started with the Olmecs. Their religion was mysterious and powerful, filled with gods that blended human and animal features, especially the jaguar, a symbol of strength and magic. Some Olmec sites show evidence of human sacrifice, adding to their air of mystery. Despite their achievements, the Olmecs vanished around 400 BC. Climate change, shifting rivers, or social upheaval, no one knows for sure. But their influence lived on, shaping every civilization that followed in Mesoamerica. Dilmun, the lost paradise of the Persian Gulf. Our next stop is the sun-baked shores of the Persian Gulf. Today, this region is known for oil and skyscrapers, but 5,000 years ago, it was home to a civilization called Dilmun, described in ancient texts as a land of purity and eternal life. To the Sumerians of Mesopotamia, Dilmun was a paradise, a place where sickness and death did not exist. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, the world's oldest epic poem, Dilmun is the setting for the quest for immortality. Some scholars even think Dilmun inspired later myths of the Garden of Eden. But Dilmun was more than just a legend. It was a bustling trading hub, connecting Mesopotamia with the Indus Valley civilization. Ships loaded with copper, ivory, pearls, and exotic woods sailed in and out of its harbors. The people of Dilmun built massive burial mounds, thousands of them, still dotting the landscape of modern Bahrain. Archaeologists have uncovered the ruins of their capital, with temples, palaces, and advanced water systems. The Dilmunites were master traders, using standardized weights and measures, and their influence stretched across the ancient world. So what happened to Dilmun? Over time, new empires rose and fell, trade routes shifted, and Dilmun faded into obscurity. Its name was forgotten, buried beneath the sands, until archaeologists rediscovered its secrets in the 20th century. Norte Chico, the first civilization of the Americas. Finally, let's travel to the windswept coast of Peru, where the Pacific Ocean meets the desert. Here, over 5,000 years ago, a civilization flourished that most people have never heard of: Norte Chico, also known as Corral Supa. Norte Chico is the oldest known civilization in the Americas, and one of the oldest in the world. While the pyramids of Egypt were rising, the people of Norte Chico were building their own monumental structures, huge platform mounds, sunken plazas, and intricate city layouts. But here's the twist: Norte Chico had no pottery, no art as we know it, and no evidence of warfare. Instead, their society was organized around fishing, farming, and communal labor. They used a system of knotted strings called quipu to keep records, an early form of data storage that would be perfected by the Inca thousands of years later. The city of Corral was the heart of this civilization. Its pyramids are among the oldest in the world, and its urban planning shows a level of sophistication that still amazes archaeologists. Why did Norte Chico disappear? As new technologies spread, people moved inland and the coastal cities were abandoned. For centuries, their ruins were mistaken for natural hills until recent excavations revealed their true significance. Why do we forget? So why have these civilizations, Kush, the Olmecs, Dilmun, and Norte Chico, been nearly erased from our collective memory? Part of the answer lies in geography. They were far from the centers of power that wrote the history books. In some cases, their writing hasn't been fully deciphered, or their monuments were lost to time. And sometimes history just isn't fair. Some stories get told, while others are left in the shadows. But as archaeologists uncover more and more about these forgotten worlds, we're starting to realize that the story of civilization is much bigger and much more diverse than we ever imagined. So the next time you think of the ancient world, remember, Egypt, Greece, and Rome were just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless other stories waiting to be discovered, stories that might just change the way you see history. Which of these civilizations surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey through the lost corners of the ancient world, don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing history content.